Hello everyone, I am Karthik Sharma, Senior Associate Editor at the ET Government Economic Times, and I welcome all of you to an exclusive interaction with ET Government Economic Times. And today we are interacting with Dr. Achyuta Samanta, founder and mentor of KIIT and KISS, KISS Foundation India, UK and USA, an honorable member of Parliament from Lok Sabha for Kandhamal, Odisha. First of all, warm welcome to you, Dr. Samanta.
Namaste.
Though he needs no introduction, a very eminent personality in his whole life. He has done a lot of work so that he has been very popular in the state of Odisha and across the country. But for the audience, I would like to give a formal introduction of Dr. Achyuta Samanta. He was born in 1965, obtained master's degree in chemistry in 1987 from Utkal University, a doctorate degree in social sciences, and started teaching at the age of 22. He has 34 years of experience of teaching and still counting. Youngest chancellor of any Indian university as chronicled by Limca Book of Records. He is a founder chancellor of KISS University, the first tribal university in the world, and the first person to be a chancellor of any tribal university in the world. He has been the elected member of parliament Rajya Sabha in 2018 and 19. Currently, he is the member of parliament Lok Sabha from Biju Janata Dal. Served as a member of 3 apex educational bodies of India, UGC, for 2 consecutive terms, 2008 to 11 and 11 to 14, Executive Committee of AICTE, and National Council for Teacher Education, NCTE. 3 eminent apex bodies which he has been part of. He has served as a member of several other Government of India bodies like NCTE, ISTE, ISCA, COIR board, CAPART, etc. Besides being a member of the Academic Council of Central University of Assam and Odisha. He is former principal advisor to the Department of Education, Government of Manipur, nominated by the Government of Manipur. He has served as the General President of Indian Science Congress Association and President of World Congress of Poets. Currently, he is the president of Volleyball Federation of India, designated, and the president of Democracy Without Borders for the India chapter. He has also founded Parliamentarians for Indigenous People. He has been honored with National Award for the Welfare of Children 2016 by Shri Ramnath Kovind, Honorable President of India in 2017. Art of Giving, his initiative has been awarded the Makjanet Prize 2021. He has been awarded with Sandipani Maharshi Samman 2020 by Sandipani Vidyaniketan, Gujarat. He has been awarded Personality of the Year 2019 by FICCI Higher Education Awards, conferred with Green Activist Award by Indian Federation of Green Energy, Jeevan Gaurav Puraskar at 4th National Teachers Congress by MIT World Peace University, Pune. He has received 4 national and international fellowships and a golden jewel by World Academy of Arts and Culture, recognized by UNESCO. He has been decorated by Juicy Peace Prize International in Manila, Asia's Peace Prize, ISA Award for Service to Humanity, the highest civilian award with $1 million cash prize from the Kingdom of Bahrain. He has been conferred with the highest civilian award from Mongolia and Bahrain, besides over 50 national and international and over 200 state honors and accolades. Founder of KIIT, deemed to be university, #1 university in India, and Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, another deemed university in Bhubaneswar. Professor Samanta, he started these universities with only 500 rupees in 2-room rented house. 5,000, yes, and in 2-room rented house. And I think the journey is so good that he has KIIT and KISS have been chronicled in the Limca Book of Records on 4 counts. It has also created 4 Guinness World Records. So providing employment to around 15,000 people directly and over 200,000 and indirectly, created 100 successful entrepreneurs across the country. He has also authored a biography on his mother, My Hero. And Professor Samanta has been working relentlessly to achieve zero poverty, zero hunger, and zero illiteracy since 1987. I think this introduction, the honors you are being given, the work you are doing for the society, I think it is incredible. And it is our honor to today discuss with you about your work and the things you're doing for society. And it's a great pleasure, sir. So I would like to request you to please tell us and tell our audience that what inspired you to do this much for the society, in this for the social welfare, and especially for the education sector. Please tell us about that, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Karthik ji. And you have told so many things about me, my introduction. My best regards to all the listeners present online, etc. And my special thanks and gratitude to Economics Times for conducting this type of interactive session. At the outset, as you have already told little bit about me, and so many activities I have been doing, so many achievements God has given to me, and whatever things you have seen till date, whether you all believe in me or not, but practically I give entire credit to Almighty God, because you see that you are asking that what inspires me, etc. Definitely, I had the inspiration from my own childhood, because my childhood is very precarious. And not only I was a very poor boy, or we are having the poor family, but also my father, who was a very small man, and died from train accident suddenly. And when I was only 4 years old, we are seven brothers and sisters, widow mother. And in those days, during 1970, so we all were brought up in the midst of severe poverty in one remote village of Odisha. So at that time, poverty, one can easily imagine, it is not the present age, the way there are thousands of welfare schemes from the government or by the many organizations. At that time, there was nothing in our hand. We are working here and there. And I can describe poverty in two lines, that we are so poor in those days. We are not getting even one square meal in 2 days. And my mother had no second pair of sari to change after birth. So we had experienced that type of poverty. I undergone this type of poverty first 12 years up to my 12th class at that time. So in this way, anyhow, working here and there also, we got the education, and I completed education, then also graduation and post-graduations. And it was always in my mind to do something for the society, for the poor people in the society. Of course, neither I had any background, nor I had any backing, banking, etc. It was only in my thought. So as I had tremendous desire to contribute something to the society. So while I was doing my lectureship job in one college in Bhubaneswar, so I thought of doing something and started with only 5,000 rupees in my pocket. Both the organizations, KIIT and KISS, whatever now name you are telling, in two rented house. So KIIT was started as a small technical training center known as ITI, and KISS is also with 125 tribal children. And it was in my mind and prayer to God, if the kid will be blessed or successful, automatically kids will be blessed, which is very close to my heart. So God has blessed both the organizations. And to reach up to these positions, and particularly sitting before you online, definitely I have overcome the difficulties, problems in the tune of Himalayas, I can say, because to achieve all these things, starting from nothing, from the scratch, so reach up to this position with so much achievements and accolades, and particularly the organizations and so many activities I have been doing besides KIT and KISS. I can tell only one line, that it is in the tune of Himalayas or Mount Everest. We have overcome the problems, difficulties, and humiliation in the last 30 years. 92, 93 started in the last 30 years. But now I am very much happy that something is existing, which is very much fruitful and useful to the people in the society for all times to come.
सर ये एक बहुत ही इंस्पिरेशनल जर्नी आपकी रही है, जो हमने पढ़ा भी है और आपसे भी जाना भी है। मैं जो किस है इसके बारे में जानना चाहता हूँ। और सर, जो ट्राइबल यूनिवर्सिटी का आपने शुरुआत की, यू स्टार्टेड द ट्राइबल यूनिवर्सिटी, द वर्ल्ड्स फर्स्ट ट्राइबल यूनिवर्सिटी, The tribal part of this society is still very, I think when you started, it was really, it needs a lot of development still, and there should be a lot of awareness among them for education. So how challenging was it for you कि उन ट्राइबल लोगों के बीच में जा करके और उनको मतलब जो हमारी बैकबोन है सोसाइटी के, लेकिन आज भी वहाँ पे काफी अवेयरनेस की जरूरत है और काफी, तो कैसे आपने वहाँ पे एजुकेशन की अवेयरनेस को लाए आप, एंड हाउ चैलेंजिंग वाज इट?
You are very right, Kartik ji. Practically, it was very challenging. How it started? First thing, I had strong passion to eradicate poverty, hunger, illiteracy through education. And I had the more passion to eradicate among the poorest of the poor. Odisha is a state situated in eastern part of India. At that time, it was the poorest state in the entire country. Even before few years also, it was the poorest state, last state. Now it has been developed. So, as Odisha is the poorest state, here 1/4 population belong to this category, tribal category. Because you know, the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, 24 to 26% tribals, and they are really poor. And at that time, you can think of 90 to 93 when it started, there was no so much globalization. There was no so much welfare scheme by the government of India or the state government. And tribals were living in isolation, in dense forest. They have no idea about the present modern world or whatever the things are going on. And I know I have given a slogan, education is the third eye of a child. God has given us two eyes to see the world. Unless until we'll have the education which I treat third eye, we cannot see the world or we cannot do anything, we cannot enjoy. And I am the best examples before the world. Because of education only now I am able to do so much for the society, or I am standing before you. So it was in my mind that everything can be solved or eradicated through education only. And at that time, tribals were totally unaware of education. They were very reluctant to education. So when we started KISS in Bhubaneswar, it was very difficult to convince the parents of these children to send their daughters and sons to KISS. They were in the mind that our children kidney will be sold, eyes will be sold, children will be sold, all these things because they live in superstition. So first 5 to 10 years, it was very difficult to convince the parents. At that time, help was coming from the concerned district collector and SP. They were convincing and they are sending the children. Why they were sending? Reason is there also. Because you know, Naxalism is Maoism in 7 to 8 states at that time was very rampant. Be it Odisha, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh, part of Maharashtra, part of Bihar, it's Bengal also. So at that time in 20 tribal districts also Maoism, Naxalism was very rampant. So collector and SP know, at that time knew that if Naxalism, Maoism, nothing but the target to tribal children from the age group of 13, 14 onwards. If they are sending the children to the KISS, they will be educated, and this problem to some extent will be protected or solved. That's why all collector SP from the 20 tribal districts were sending, and our work was smooth. And practically, Kartikji, that happened. Now you can take the data from Odisha state, out of 20 districts rampant, it is now confined within only one district, very small, meager way, the Maoism, Naxalism. So we cannot say officially because, but people know KISS has tremendous contribution. Already 70,000 poor tribal children have been decent life through KISS. 30,000 already passed out, 30,000 now in the campus, and also 10,000 in 10 satellite campus in 10 districts of Odisha. So if 70,000 would not have been taken care of through the quality educations, then definitely people say, policymakers say 5 to 10,000 would have joined in the Naxalism and Maoism, etc. So that's why you have asked that it was very difficult in the beginning stage to convince the parents to send their children to KISS, but now KISS is very popular. Every year we are used to get minimum 40-50,000 applications against 3,000 admissions. So now KISS is very nice in all respect, I can say, Karthik ji.
Sir, actually, I think how you aggregated the whole system and, for the upliftment of the tribal community is actually great to know. Sir, you also believe that I was reading about you. You strongly believe that your cause is not only about providing opportunities and arranging certain facilities for the deprived, but you want to go beyond it by enabling the complete transformation of children. The students, should excel in academics and co-curricular activities and all. So, please tell us more about that. What do you mean by this complete transformation of children, and what are you trying to do for that?
Yeah, you please complete transformation of children means because the children, those who are enrolled in KISS, they are the first learners in their family. They don't have any idea about the education and rest part of the things required in any residential schools. That is one thing that we have been teaching very nicely. Second thing, these children come from the 62 types of tribes and their dialects. In Odisha, there are 62 types of tribes, including 13 primitive tribes also. We have also the tribal children from 10 other neighboring states also. So here we have a very good language lab, very good language lab. So first we try to change from their dialect to Odia, regional language, then also Hindi, English as per the syllabus. Second thing here, we are not giving only education. Complete holistic development or transformation of a child is taking place in KISS. Here we have introduced in a very big way sports. You must be aware of our huge contribution in the field of sports in the entire country, both KIIT and KISS. So sports we have introduced. Their art, literature, culture, their dance, their music, everything we have been practicing here. And also skill education is very nicely practicing here. So all these things taken together, the complete transformation of a child is taking place in two sense, besides many exposure, as it is in Bhubaneswar. Every alternate day, policy makers and many celebrity, many people are visiting and addressing these children. And children are also engaged in many other type of good activities rendered by our other university also, KIIT. So that's why here complete transformation of a child in all aspect. And this KISS is also tied up with all UN agency. And also you'll be happy to know that US government directly has been running for the last 10 years one program, English Access Micro Scholarship Program. Through this program, they are teaching higher English language to 250 tribal children, and out of the 250, they are used to take 10 to 15 best children to US for 1 month exposure visit. And also United Nations Population Fund life skill education, they have been running for the last 10 years to the KISS children, and they have chosen KISS as the nodal agency for the Odisha state. So in this way, not only all UN agency, US state government and many other organizations from Cambridge and also Oxford, they're all tied up with many projects, and they are also teaching these things besides sports, skill education, and we have been maintaining their dance, music, culture very nicely. Their own dance, music, culture of the tribals, that is also maintaining here. So in this way, we think that the complete transformation of a child is taking place in KISS campus besides the quality education.
Right. And sir, you have also worked for years for women empowerment. I think your work is exemplary in that
Yeah.
field also. So how do you think what are your efforts for women empowerment, and how education can, empower the women, especially from the tribal community? Please throw some light on your work on women
Yeah,
empowerment.
you see, it is a fact that we have been working for women empowerment for the last 20-30 years in many fold and in many ways. First things, whatever we have been doing, In this platform, we have been trying to empower the women, etc. Suppose in KISS, you see, here we first empower the girls than the boys. Out of the total students, 60 to 70% belong to girls community. Because it is our policy, as you have asked, that women can be empowered only through education. Whatever my small experiment or the practical experience goes on. If one child is educated, girl child, then automatically that girl child is empowered. I can give some examples. In KISS, we empower more girls, 60-70% belong to girls out of the total year, because our policy is, if one boy is poor and illiterate, he can earn his livelihood being a daily laborer, etc. If one girl is illiterate and poor, her life will be much worse than a bonded labor throughout the. So that's why if one girl is poor but literate, educated, automatically she can earn her livelihood and everything, and nobody can exploit her, or she cannot be exploited or trapped or the child labor or the child marriage, whatever the things you can, all these things being arrested. We have done one analysis in KISS girls. You will be happy to know that now in entire India, the marriage age of the girls, 18, 21, all these arguments are going on. In KISS, we have taken the data, marriage age is average 25.5 years. Because here, the KISS is from the standard 1 to doctoral program, master's program, KG to PG. So girl students are also going graduation minimum, post-graduation. They are also working. So no girl is being married below 25. So that's why education plays very important role for the empowerment of the girls or the women. And I know the more women empowerment, more prospectus in the state or the society. More educated women, more empowerment automatically takes place. So that's why only the girls will be educated, automatically girls will be, or women will be empowered, and many problems will be solved. Why the problems arise? Because they are poor, again illiterate. So what we are doing in KISS or other parts, other platform, definitely they are poor, but we are making them rich with quality education and empowerment. We bring them poor, but we send them rich with the education and also the empowerment. That's why, and you will be happy to know that in KISS, out of the total staffs, 80% belong to ladies or women. Okay. In entire KIIT and KISS, 14,000 permanent staff, 50% staff belong to women.
Very good.
So that's why women empowerment in all respect in our organizations and other parts of the organizations. And we have also many flagship programs like Kalinga Fellowship, Kanya Kiran, many flagship programs we have been doing throughout the year for the empowerment of women and zero tolerance on the sex violence on women or girl child.
That's really great. That is again an exemplary thing. When I see your journey, we started from two-room rented house to a big exposure in Odisha, now doing great work in the state. And also I can see your work being recognized across the country, and not only the country, across the globe, about from many countries and UN and etc. So and when we look at the national education policy also, they also focus a lot on the overall transformation of children. A lot of your views, you can see them reflected in the education policy of the country also. So how do you see your role in taking these welfare things and taking these education awareness in the country and in the other parts of the globe also?
You see, that is very nice things, as we have been doing very good work in our platform. Automatically, it is being reflected in other parts of the country and also the globe. Suppose you can see, we have been also running one flagship program, Education for All, and we have been doing the seminar workshop conference, not only in 30 places in India, but also other parts of the country. Every year, we are used to get one global award from the Times Higher Education. The global award, not only ranking of the university, that's a separate thing. Many universities are getting, but we have been getting impact university in the globe. Which university is doing impact in the society? So you will be happy to know that the overall ranking is 200 plus for KIIT, but in many parameters, and one parameter reducing inequality, the KIIT is the 8th position in the globe and number 1 in the Asia, reducing inequality, which we have been doing for the last 30 years through KISS and many other things. So reducing inequality, KIIT, this just before 15 days got the 8th position in the world by the Times Higher Education. So in this way, generally, our work is automatically reflected, Karthik ji, in entire India and also many parts of the globe.
No, that is really great to know, sir, and seeing that your work is being appreciated. And I think your work, if it is getting recognized in various parts of the globe, I think this transformation can happen in different parts of the globe as well. And ultimately, it will benefit the society as a whole. So I would like to ask you one question around this little bit on a personal note, sir. You have authored a biography on your mother, my mother, my hero. So it is something which is very emotional for a person who has done so much for the society. And you have also we have also read that your mother struggled when you were a child. So did it impact you to make you what you are today? And please tell us something about that.
Yeah, you see, definitely, as my mother played the role of both father and mother from my childhood, etc. Though my mother was not so literate like the present mother, she was only 6th or 7th standard in those days. And that is also good in those days. There's no doubt. So my mother had generally infused certain good qualities within me, by which I am today standing completely fine in spite of materialistic age in the society. So I'll just give two things. After achieving entire things, I am very much honest to myself. I am a good man with a good soul. I can claim myself. Not only I lead very simple life in a rented house, very simple way. Nobody will find a single pie in my name, though I have created assets, thousands and thousands crores for my organizations. So that good qualities I have learned from my mother, from my childhood, from the age of 4, not to be greedy on any aspect. Second aspect, I wrote book about my struggleful life of my mother, because you see, definitely we had a very struggleful life. And we see in the society, when someone, son or daughter becomes something, mother generally pursues the son to convert this thatched house into a palatial building. We are purchasing rice. Mother should have told to purchase 100 acres of agricultural land, which is nothing for me. But what my mother did, my mother persuaded me to convert this remote village into a smart village, or at that time there was no word smart, developed village. Convert this village into a developed village, and also this panchayat, developed panchayat, as you are doing so much in the society and you are something. She did not pursue me. Till now, we have the same small house, whatever the father had left. So that's why I wrote the vision of this lady, my mother, that she persuaded her son to do good work in the village rather than convert this thatched house into a palatial house. Or 1 crore is nothing to purchase 100 acres of agricultural land for my mother, and by which one lady would have been more happy when I spent more than 15 crores in my model village to convert this into a model village or the smart village. That's why I wrote this book My Mother, My Hero, after her death, it influenced me that this lady vision should also be reflected in the society. How this lady has converted one remote village into a smart village, and also the entire panchayat with the help of her Odisha.
I think it is very inspirational to know that the journey of yours. And my last question to you is that, sir, as we all know that more than 65% of India's population is below 35 years of age. There's a big number of youth looking forward to an inspiration, something to be encouraged, and to get opportunities to do something for the nation. I request you to please give a message to the youth of the country. How can they, take an inspiration and do something good for them and also for society, and make India a greater country?
Thanks to Kartik ji, now youth have many avenues before them. They are not youth when I was, or we all were the youth. Now, in the age of internet and computer globalization, there are many avenues. But as I am a very simple person, I can say them. They should try their best to be good human beings to themselves. पहले अपने आप को अच्छा करना चाहिए. जब अपने आप को अच्छा कर लेंगे, then only they can do good to the society or to their family or to anybody else. And I am the best examples before them. If I would not have been good to myself, it would not have been possible on my part to contribute so good things to the society. And this is the youth country, as we say, and 65%, as you have told, the below 35 years of age, there is no doubt. एक घर में 4-5 बेटा है. Suppose जो 4-5 बेटा will be of no use, father life will be horrible and miserable. Similarly, we have the 65% of youth. If this youth will be useful properly, educated or skill educated or whatever the things, then India will be the best country in the entire world. If this youth will not be taken care of properly at present or for coming 10 years, then it will be disaster, not dividend. Now it is a dividend, we are the youthful country. 65%, ye bagara, bagara, bagara. If we will not use this youth into a proper use, then this dividend may be the disaster. So my appeal to the youth, they should be educated, no doubt. Now education is very good for everybody. At the same time, they should be good to themselves.
Bilkul, sir, and I think it is a great interaction with you, quite inspirational. और आपके लिए तो एक हिंदी की कविता है जिसकी 2 लाइंस मैं कहना चाहूंगा अंत करने से पहले, कि लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. I think you have set an example, not only for the people who are struggling with the poverty, how to and you are working for them, and also for the youth, for the women, and we wish you best to keep doing this work for society, so that the people at the last mile can always get the benefit and uplift the society as a whole. Thank you so much, Dr. Achyuta Samanta.
Thank you very much, Kartik ji, and also entire Economics Times team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.